on government handouts. He also is a free market promoter. So I want you to welcome Pastor David King.
Hello, Eau Claire. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Good. Well, we're traveling, telling everybody November coming, but I think you guys are smart enough to realize that November is coming. But the question is, what are you guys going to do when November get here? That's the question. And I believe it was Einstein says, a person insane who thinks that if they continue to do the same things, they're going to get different results. And we can't be insane in November. We can't keep doing the same thing, voting the same way, and thinking we're going to get different results. So this election, we got to be a little smarter. This election, we got to start putting people in office that has integrity, that has some morals, that is not afraid to talk about their faith. Because a person that is afraid to talk about their faith is a person that will stab you in your back. We need to put people in office that is really out to represent the people. The Bible says, in order to be great, you must become a servant. So we need servants back in office. We don't need volunteers. We don't need people who know this time and this season is a good time for people to jump on the bandwagon as a Republican or as a conservative and feel they're going to win the election because they feel this is a great time to be a conservative or Republican. We need people in office that is going to do exactly what they say they're going to do and have already been doing it. And that's our problem. We've been letting commercials tell us who to vote for. You know, because the TV is so powerful. How many of you ever been watching TV and all of a sudden a commercial about food came on and you was hungry? Right? Or a car came on and you had to go to the dealership to get that car. So the media is very tricky and they can make you believe a lie. But we have to do our homework because we got to come out of the mess that we're in right now. We gotta stop just allowing people to dictate to us who to vote for, and we got to do our homework. We got to find out what they really stand for. We need to go a little deeper into their background and say, you know what? It's funny how when you go for a job, the job does a deep background check on you. Now today they even do a credit check on you. How come we don't do that to our elected officials? How come we don't go deep to find out what they're really doing? How come we don't go deep to find out what they're really about? And you know, everybody's talking about what I love about this is everybody's talking about putting God back in government. And you know, you hear candidates talking about we need to put God back in government. But we need to ask those candidates, where's God in your life? Because if God is not in your life, you're not taking God back to government, which we do need God back in government. We need somebody that's going to be good stewards, that they're going to not spend more than they got. We need people in office that's going to look after our seniors. You know, it's funny how we can take a building and call it historic and give millions of dollars to the building like the building can really tell you history, and we do away with our seniors who has the history on the inside of them. We're supposed to protect that history. We need them to tell us the stories. We met a gentleman yesterday who was in World War II. He showed us the battle. He showed us pictures of him in battle in Japan. And I'm sitting there looking at, now this is history, not a building. A building can't tell us nothing. We need to make sure our seniors is taken care of. We need to make sure our young people is taken care of. We need to make sure that we're still promoting in our country marriage between a man and a woman. We need to have people in office that's going to promote, stop killing our babies. We can't just keep putting these ding-dongs in office and thinking we're going to have a better country. It's time to do some deep research. We got 5 weeks left. You need to do some more research. Find out. And if a candidate tell you they go to church, call their pastors. Call the pastor and ask the pastor, is he a tither? Is he faithful? Because if he's not faithful to the church, he's not going to be faithful to us. That's the only way. Our founding fathers never hid their faith. When they was established in this country, they never hid their faith. They kept God first and foremost. That's why we became a great nation. And if we ever going to become a great nation, And we can start in November becoming a great nation again if we take our time and vote for right people. Don't just hit straight party, because there is some, and some people might not like this, there's some conservative Democrats. And the only reason they're a Democrat because they grew up in a Democrat house. But they think like us. And I'd rather have a conservative Democrat in there instead of a rhino in there. I'd rather have a conservative Democrat who fear God in office than have a rhino who want to move God out of the office. We have to do our homework because November is coming. And I want to have a successful victory in November for Wisconsin and for Washington. Because if we don't start cleaning it up, all we're going to do is complain. All we're going to do is cry. And I'm sick of the rallies together where we're crying. Can we have some parties? Can we have some victory parties? Can we have something to shout about? Can we have something to dance about? Because right now we ain't got nothing. We're so busy holding on to everything we got because we're afraid that, because we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. We don't know. But if we start putting people in office that's going to turn this thing around and clean up the mess and make sure our children stop. Every time I see a pregnant woman, when a baby comes, you're supposed to be happy that a baby is coming. But how can you be happy knowing the moment that baby come out, it's in the hole already? That's not good at all. So we have to make sure that this November, we put back some God-fearing people back in office, because that's the only way you're going to get God back in government. God bless.
Woo!